Hello everyone, Mr. Stevens here with our next lesson on statistics. This time we're looking at stem and leaf plots. This is just another way of representing data. We're going to look at several of these. Key points though. We're going to need to recognize this thing called a key in a stem and leaf plot. Unlike the dot plots that we looked at last time, these are not necessarily as intuitive in how they work. We need to know a little bit about how they work to understand them. But same as last time, we're going to draw them and we're going to use them. Let's dive in. This is what I was talking about when it comes to understanding how a stem and leaf plot works. We have this thing called the stem, and then over here we have the leaf. Now the way we read this is that every number in the leaf is paired with the stem. So for example, this is the number 5. This is the number 7. This represents the number 12. 12. 15. This one here is 26 because you take this and you pair it with the stem. You can represent two sets of data in a back-to-back stem and leaf plot. That's what we have here. There are entries here and there are entries here. They're two separate sets of data, but they both belong to the same stem. So we read this number as 9, this number as 0, this is 18, this is 15. Now it's important that even though a leaf can be on this side of the stem, when we're writing down the numbers, the stem always comes first. We don't read that leaf on the left-hand side from left to right. The stem goes first and then the leaf. I think the best way to learn how these work, if that's still a little confusing, is let's just have a go at drawing one. Same with dot plots though. I think our first step should always be to just put the numbers in order. It'll save us some work down the line. Even though it's a bit arduous, we'll thank ourselves for doing it. We've got 22. That's our lowest number, isn't it? 32, 33, 35. Any more 30s? I can't see another 30. There's a 43, a 44. Any more 40s? No more 40s. There's two 51s. 53 and a 57. And a 59. I almost missed that one. And 68. Oh, I missed a 64. There are two 64s. Oh, and I missed this 47. This is why we cross the numbers out as we go. And then we end up with a 70 and a 72. Okay, we're going to draw our stem and leaf now. So all we really need is a vertical line, but you can also title them if you want. I don't think it's necessary. But you can do that if you want. Okay, so now we need to look at the first digit of all the numbers that we have. We start with 22, we go up to 70. That should say 72. So our stem needs to include all of those numbers. And now what we do is we simply just go down our ordered list, cross off the number, add it to the leaf. We've got a 32, a 33, a 35. We've got a 43, a 44, and a 47. We've got two 51s, 53, 57, 59. we've got 62, 64, 64, 68, and then 70 and 72. Now, I've drawn that a little bit messy. It would be a good idea to try and line up your leaves so that they're roughly set out in columns, just for ease of reading. We generally don't put commas in between the numbers and the leaf. It's just a straight list of numbers, one after the other. Right, let's answer that last question while we're here. Is the data symmetrical or is it skewed? I would say it's very slightly skewed. A majority of the numbers come here at the bottom, so we would call that skewed. But for this moment, the important thing was the drawing of the stem and leaf plot. All right. You guys are going to have a go. Oh, no, we're going to do this one together. This is a back-to-back. The process is exactly the same, though. We take the numbers and put them in order. I'm going to do this a bit quicker in the interest of time. All right, and then the second group. $20, $28, $29. There's a 30, two 32s, and two 37s. And then we've got the 40s. All right. We're going to have two sets of data in order. Now, the only difference with the back-to-back stem and leaf plot is we're just drawing one on the other side. The process is the same. So instead of having one vertical line, we actually need two because the stem goes in between the two leaves. We start from teens and we go all the way up to 50s. We have one number in the 50s. All right, so I'm going to put, actually, this is a situation where you kind of would need to have a title because you need to identify which one is which. In a back-to-back stem and leaf plot, we'll say this is employee 1 and this will be employee 2. And then from here on, it's the same as drawing the first stem and leaf plot, except once we get to employee 2, we need to remember to work backwards. It is normal for a stem and leaf plot to be in order. I didn't expressly point that out earlier, but it wouldn't make sense for me to go 9, 5, 3 here. We put the numbers in numerical order. 3, 5, 9, and then we've got our 58. And now this is the kind of tricky bit. When we're doing employee 2, we work from right to left. Because like I mentioned, we put the numbers in order, but we put them in order starting from the stem. So the stem on this side is read 40, 45, 46, and on this side it's read 43, 45, 49. We read from the stem out. Alright guys, one for you to have a go at on your own. And yeah, just pause the video, have a go at it. I'll give you a solution when you get back. Right, and there we have it. That is the full back-to-back stem and leaf plot. Girls on the right, boys on the left. That's all the examples we have for this video. You should be able to recognize how stem and leaf plot works. We start from the stem and then we read the leaf. Using that, you should be able to draw them and interpret them. If you still have any questions about any of that stuff, please get in touch with your class teacher. Otherwise, you can get started on the textbook work. Yeah, thanks guys.